So, as you can see, we're looking at Don't Be Dumb by ASAP Rocky. This album was teased for months on months on months. Actually, probably years on years. I want to say this album has been announced for a couple of years now before it actually dropped. I think people were calling him, why is Don't Be Dumb not the first thing that pops up when I hit Don't Be? That's annoying. Anyway, um, people were calling ASAP like Teaser Man or like Snippet Man because the man would just drop a snippet of his album, or he would, no, he was Release Date Man or something like that, or Postpone Man. I don't remember the name or what the meme was, but he said multiple times that the album was done, multiple times the album was almost done. One of the things that I remember him saying was that this album was going to be filled with Metro Boomin production. I don't think there's one beat off the top of my head that's produced by Metro on here, which is just funny, and it makes me wonder how many different versions of this album there are and how many times he went back to the drawing board. There was like a couple singles that he dropped earlier called one was Ruby Rosary with J. Cole, one was Hijack, which was a song that I really liked, and I liked Ruby Rosary too, but it makes me wonder if those didn't have enough commercial success, so he went back to the drawing board to try again. Um, but either way, we can't really talk about what we could have got, and we're talking about what we did get. Don't Be Dumb is a pretty good album. I like it pretty good. It's not one of my favorites in the world, but I do like it pretty good. I think it starts off really strong with Order of Protection, goes off into Helicopter pretty good, which both these songs, like the strongest part of them is ASAP's delivery. He sounds very. I dropped my pencil. He sounds hard. He sounds powerful. He sounds strong when he's rapping. Like he means what he's saying with like this type of like punch almost with every single lyric. That was crazy. Pause if you've seen that. Just lots of stuff to love about that. The beats are all crazy. I love the production on this album. I think it's one of the strongest parts. The interrogation skit is kind of just a skit. It's cool though. Like fits into the album pretty good. If I didn't say anything about Helicopter, I really like Helicopter. Still You Flow is one of my favorite songs. That probably is the best example of like, the way his delivery is and some of the bars and some of the stuff he's talking about on there. Some people connect it to being a Drake verse, like first they stole the flow, then I stole your bitch. Maybe he's talking about Drake and Rihanna. You never know. I don't think stuff like that connects like people say it does. But you never know. If it came out that it was, I'm not going to act surprised. I'm gonna try not to talk about stuff like that though, because I don't think it has anything to do with the album. Stay Here for Life with Brent is another great one. This album starts off very strong. That's four bangers in a row. Playa is fine. It's cool. I like it pretty good. ASAP is able to make his voice sound very angelic and very soft whenever he needs to, and the production is very good on there. I do kind of wish it was more like, I don't know. Whenever you listen to like four trap heavy bangers and you get a kind of a slower song, it kind of gives you a little, a little bit of a slowdown. But that works on this album. A lot of times I don't like stuff like that, but it does work here, I think. No Trespassing is another good one. I'm scrolling down. Stop Snitching is probably the one that I've replayed the most on here. I really like the Sauce Walka feature. I really like his second verse there, and ASAP does good. I like Boss Man D-Lo at the beginning of it. I think it's very catchy what he says. I really like the song. It's probably not what I think is the best song on here. It's probably not that, but it is the one I find the most replayability in, and I go back to it a lot. Uh, then we go into the first like kind of okay mesh song, which is STFU. I just don't think this is real appealing to the ears. Um, Punk Rocky again is like a better version of SFFU in my opinion. That goes on a lot better. And then it's another song that kind of has a different problem. It's a little too long. If I'm not mistaken, it is a little, not if I'm not mistaken. It is a little too long. A couple of these songs are a little long, despite this album only being 15 or no, yeah, 15 songs. It's just below an hour, but a couple of the songs themselves overstay their welcome, and not necessarily the whole album. I do think that this is a very good runtime for an ASAP Rocky project. The only reason it says an hour on my screen right here is because it adds in SWAT Team and Fish and Steak, which, by the way, I know that was like a Disc 2 Deluxe Edition type thing. Those are two good songs. Let's go back into the track list. Air Force Black DeMarco is a banger. Really like that one. I really like on Robbery how him and Doechii are going back and forth. I know a lot of people hate on Doechii because of that anxiety song. Doechii's a good rapper. She's a good performer. She is a good artist. I just don't know. I don't know what she was thinking on that anxiety song, and I wish that wasn't her most popular one and what she was known for because I think the song's a banger. Don't Be Dumb and Trip Baby are pretty good. I like both. I like that song right there. The End with William and Jessica Pratt. I love Jessica Pratt on Hijack, and I love her on here. The End is a very good way to be an outro and an ending to this album. And also, like I said, I like SWAT Team and Fish and Steak too. I like Tyler the Creator on Fish and Steak. Am I missing anything on my notes? There's some good bars here and there. Sounds powerful, sounds hard. Like I said, Only Mess song is the STFU. I like some of the songs that have the rock elements. They were STFU and Punk Rocky, and there's a couple of them. Air Force kind of has it a little bit too. And what is the other one? I want to say it was Helicopter is the one that I'm thinking of. That has like a little tiny guitar in the background of the beat. There's some rock elements thrown in there, which is not new for Rocky, but I like how they're done on this album. I think it's interesting, makes them sound unique to themselves. There's some, none of these songs are necessarily like ASAP Rocky classics or nothing like that, but this is a very, I would say, a very good body of work by ASAP Rocky. I do think some people had some unfair expectations on him, but he is one of the best in the game for a reason. This album is showcase of that. I do think what some people like try and say makes this album worse is because of how long we had to wait on it, and I do agree that that does, play a part. You extend how long an album is supposed to be, and or like the wait, you keep on extending the wait like so long and so far that you are inviting people to give you unfair expectations, or you are inviting people to hate on it just because it's not literally perfect, or not how many ever songs, or doesn't have this feature or that feature, it doesn't sound how they want it to sound because they had to wait so long for it. So I do hope that we don't get another long wait like we did for this project, not just because of that, but because this is a good album, and ASAP Rocky's a good artist, a great artist even. I love ASAP Rocky. I love his music. I don't like waiting on it. Back to the album though. I think I'm gonna give it a. Do I give it a 7 or do I give it an 8? That is what I'm bouncing between. I'm gonna give it an 8. I think it's too good to be a 7.5. I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. I think this album's really good. I find a lot of it replayable. I find a lot of it really enjoyable. Um, there's some good replayability. Like I already said that. I already said that. There's good memorable moments. I really like this project. I really do. Very replayable. Big stint on the replayable part. I think this is probably one of like ASAP's like most replayable albums. I I think all these songs work so good in the car. So that's why I keep on saying replayable, and also because I don't know, that's such a big thing for me is replayability. Take a shot every time I say that, and you'll die, or you'll be freaking not sober. I'm an idiot, drunk. Anyway, I give this an 8 out of 10. Hit the subscription. This is my second video of the day. You'll get another one video tomorrow. Hit the bell not to miss it. Join the Discord server. Do all this and that. Hit the bell, subscribe. Do it, please. Please, it's free. Do it, please. I need to grow. Tuition's expensive.